Hi, this is James Brower. I'm here to represent the South Fork Disc Golf Club and show you what's in my bag. First off is my putter. It's the Aero by Aerobie. I'm the only person I know of that throws an Aerobie disc almost at all. This has been a great disc for me. It's what I started out with. Really straight flight, throws like a brick, so it's really easy for me to know and predict where it's going to go. Also a really good approach disc because I can tell that it's going to go straight, and I can throw it, reasonably far. The next disc would be the Leopard in Champion plastic. The more beat up this one gets, the more it kind of tends to turn to the right on me when I throw it backhand. But it is a pretty straight flying disc. I use this, and it's a kind of a fairway driver. I don't throw it real far, so I throw it on holes like number 12 at Freeman. Next one is a new one that I've been trying, which is the Ork. It's not new to me. It was old and used when I got it, but the Ork is a real straight flyer. I really like that about it. I can kind of put it where I want to put it as long as I let it go at the right time. It doesn't have a lot of variability in it. Just kind of does what I want it to do. Next would be the Blizzard Plastic Destroyer. Destroyer has a real good flight. I don't throw super fast speed, so the Blizzard Plastic works for me pretty well because it'll still do what I want it to do, and I don't have to flick it too terribly hard. Just Destroyer, as all of you know, kind of has a nice gentle glide to the left, good for a skip at the end for most people. This is one of my favorite discs, one that I throw the most. I throw almost exclusively backhand, and the Champion Mamba has a real nice right hand turn for me, so I can get around a lot of objects on right hand, or a lot of the holes that people would flick. I use this backhand, and it works out pretty well for me. So next is the Blizzard Wraith. This is probably the disc I can throw the farthest, get a really nice hyzer out of it. So if I have a lot of room, that's the disc I'm going to if I want to go far. The next two in my bag are both Bosses. I started out throwing the Boss. I really like the Boss because it has a really nice predictable glide, always to the left, and it's pretty forgiving. No matter what I do and how I release it, it kind of has the same flight every time. So a couple of those in my bag. The next discs I don't throw too often, too terribly much. This is one that I got for free, or that I won at the Ice Bowl 2014, and it's the it's the Tern. I haven't found many good uses for the Tern yet. It has a real hard tank to the left at the end, and just don't particularly like it, but I just keep it in there because it was free and I don't have a lot of discs. This one I do use off and on. This is the Dragon. The Dragon, I would say, is probably the best beginner disc. It's really forgiving, and I really like that it floats. So that's when I throw it, is on holes like number 4 at Freeman, when I'm going across the river and have a tendency to hit the water. I have got an ace on hole 4 with this disc. Flies a lot like a Boss, I would say. Pretty predictable flight and really forgiving for first timers. Next one is my Katana. I really like this one at McCowan, especially on hole number 5 at McCowan. And it has a real nice soft glide to the left at the end. For me, it's getting pretty beat up, but it still kind of does the same thing every time. It gets a little more stable as it gets beat up, but I don't know, pretty good disc. The next one I keep just kind of as a memento from the Good Samaritan contest. Had a good time there, but don't really like this disc. It's a Destroyer, but it doesn't fly very well for me. Here's another Destroyer that I started out with. This is one of the first discs that I owned. Really beat up, thrown it a lot, hit a lot of trees, got some chunks out of it. Have got an ace on hole number 5 at Freeman with this one, and it doesn't fly very good anymore for me. It has kind of a real hard tank to the right when I throw it backhand. Tends to roll funky ways on me. Just not real great, but hey, it's an ace disc, so you can't really get rid of that, can you? So again, I'm James Brower with the South Fork Disc Golf Club, and that's what's in my bag.